What is up, people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another match watch along here on the Cup Chasers. That's right. We're tuned in. We're locked in today for all of the games available to watch. Newcastle hosting Brentford with a chance to bounce back for the Toon Army after a disappointing week and a disappointing exit from the Carabao Cup. Are they gonna be able to get some revenge or to get back in the saddle with a home victory versus Brentford today? That is what is on the cards. That is what they need to do. But of course, Igor, Thiago, and the gang are going to be more than ready for the challenge, more than ready for the fight today in another Premier League clash between Newcastle and Brentford. So go and smash up the likes on your way in, people. Thank you for being here. Subscribe to the channel. If you are new, it'd be my pleasure to welcome you to the community. And of course, I want to know what you're thinking in the comments section down below. Who's going to win this one? Do the Bees have something for the Toon Army today? Or will Eddie Howe's men be able to get back to winning ways? Of course, should be a tough match. Should be a tough match. As we know, St. James's Park is a tough place to go. Very tough place to go, and Brentford are going to look to make that so. All right, Peacock. It's 12:30. It says the action should begin shortly. Why has the action not begun already? Anyone want to tell me? Here it is. Here he is. There he is, Keith Andrews. As we're about to kick off here. Why are Brentford not wearing red? Very, very weird. Joe Willock to get us started in this one. Here we go, folks. Newcastle hosting the Bees. And here we go. It'll be a throw right out the rip for Brentford. Derrick Henry starting at left back. Willock, Tonali, Guimaraes Reich in the middle for Newcastle, Barnes, Wissa, and Murphy with the start today. I was thinking it'd be Voltamata, thus the thumbnail. Kelleher, Henry, Vandenberg, Ayer, and Coyote, who's on the ball here in the weird blue jersey. Lewis Potter, Jensen, and Watara starting up top for the Bees. Ball high, cleared up by Newcastle there for the throw. Pretty sure that's Botman, or I always get Botman and Veltman mixed up. Brentford definitely going to try to play out from the back there. Not necessarily committed to just hoofing it long these days. Here's Kelleher on the ball. He's going to hit one long right as I say something about it. Dan Burn, or Botman's going to put him under. That's a penalty. Potter goes down in the box, thinks it's a pin. Why does he go down? If he's not pulled back, why would he not go down? Ball through the lines for Harvey Barnes. Meanwhile, over here for Trippier. Oy! Here's Harvey Barnes. Energetic start here to this one. Lewis Hall out wide. Here's Harvey Barnes. Going to go for the shot. Woo! Definitely had Kelleher worried. And what a start to the game we've had here. Definitely had Kelleher worried as the ball sailed past. They are checking it. Oh, he's tugged on his jersey there. He's tugged on Lewis Potter's jersey there. Kieran might be. Oh, they're going to say that he wasn't going to be able to get to the ball. Ooh, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. And Newcastle dodge a bullet right out the rip there. Definitely dodging a bullet right out the rip there. Derrick Henry down the line here. Thiago's going to push Kieran Trippier over, and they're going to call the foul there. Thiago checking back for the ball here. One into the channel. Is Jensen going to get there? He will not. Botman on the cover. The only home game for Newcastle in a good long while, this one. Botman, it is Botman. Henderson getting the start in the middle there for Brentford today, of course. Go. Here we go. Free kick to the Bees. Lewis Hall can't believe it. And what's wrong with that? Just a coming together. Just a coming together. Nothing wrong with that. From Lewis Hall. Brentford will dump this one into the box. Newcastle holding the line at the top of said box. Ha. Comments make jokes about set piece coaches becoming head coaches, as happened for the Bees. They'll hit it in just to get a better angle. It's kind of a flat ball. Daniel at the back post has got it up. Chow's underneath that too. Lewis Potter. And a one-hoofed long Tonali on the chase. He's going to win it. But he's also stumbled down. It's up. Hey, that's nope, not a foul from Botman, says the referee. Newcastle in the back four today, as opposed to the back five. Or three, depending on how you look at it. Who's going to win the second one here? They're doing really well. All the way down for, oh, well, it's back for Coyote now. Janelt in the middle. They're going to look to go through Henderson and find Jensen in front. Vandenberg. They'll work it for Jordan Henderson. He'll just be the engine today. He'll just be the engine today, of course. Into the channel. Jacob Murphy's underneath him. But Jensen comes down with the second ball for Lewis Potter. Oh, and he'll just not find enough space. Should have shot first time. Newcastle can come away, but they're under the cosh, as you might say here. Brentford want the handball. They'll give the advantage. Ball in the box. Too far from Jordan Henderson. And Brentford feeling really confident right here in the beginning of the match. Certainly putting Newcastle under pressure right from the start. Yeah, Shada serving that 3-game ban after the straight red. Coyote back for Kelleher. It's a long one. Lewis Potter trying to release Thiago there. It almost comes off. And now Trippier can bring it forward. Jacob Murphy. Here's Harvey Barnes. Newcastle with a little bit of possession for the first time. Tight from Guimaraes. Murphy unable to bring it in. That's a very important tackle from Joe Willock, as Coyote would have been away there. Hey, Hill. Clean pair of boots from Hall for... Hey, and now another step over. Well done from the kid. The step over, the jinky, the foul from the veteran Jordan Henderson. We always made... Oh, that's well done. That's well done. The classic scissors move. And he's won his team a very dangerous free kick. Kieran Trippier territory for sure on the right boot. What can they conjure here, Newcastle, from the free kick? I expect very much so for it to be Kieran Trippier trying to put this one on frame, make Kelleher work. It's a committee. Yeah, Trippier's definitely going to take this one. Definitely going to take this one. Or maybe Tonali's going to have a go here. Yeah. Trippier walking away. Very interesting. Will he shoot? There it is. Oof. Perhaps that's why you don't normally see Tonali taking free kicks. Not his best effort. Sails high and wide. Very. And here's the penalty shout again. I mean, Trippier definitely yanks him down. Definitely yanks him down. He's very lucky, is Kieran Trippier there on that one. Very lucky, I think, not to be penalized. Brentford working hard to win these second balls. Jordan Henderson coming down with it. What can they conjure here? Certainly, like, as I said, willing to play through the lines earlier. Of course, they hit it long as soon as I said that. Ball's up. Who's going to come down with this one? 50-50. Wissa gets a touch. So too does Jordan Henderson. And he'll play it. Try to look around the corner first time. It only falls for Hall here. And Joe Willock's got some space in the middle. Attack. Hey, Jordan Henderson forces a poor touch. Thiago working hard. Jensen wins the second ball. Jordan Henderson with these first-time passes. Once again. But you got to, give your man an opportunity to bring the ball down if you're going to hit it like that. If you're going to hit it like that. Yeah, and I think Brentford have been playing with freedom. It's that freedom of no expectation this season. Everyone thought that they would really, really struggle after losing Bumo and Choo Choo Blood. That's a great ball. Oh, you got to have a better touch. Ouattara doesn't quite get there. But yeah, Brentford have been very impressive this season. Very comfortable in the league. Conversely, Newcastle been a bit underwhelming. That's great work from Coyote on Barnes. You see what I mean about Brentford's triangles? They're more than happy to do that, but Joe Willock's done well to win it back here. Guimaraes wanted it. Now he'll get it. Crowd screams, man on. Tonali will give it back to Guimaraes. Good ball into the channel. Here is Jacob Murphy. 3 Brentford players for company. They have certainly worked out when to press, where to go, where to be, who gets double teamed Brentford well drilled. Newcastle with some patient possession here. A chance to try and exert their tactics. It's a good ball inside. It's not quick enough from Tonali. Yes, he's absolutely being manhandled by Vandenberg, but I guess that's good D. I guess you'll call it good D from the number 4 for Brentford. Kieran Trippier with a chance to hit this one into the mixer. Cause some chaos, some damage. Big man up from the back. It's towards Chow. Looks like Ouattara will concede the corner. Will concede the corner there. Thought it might have been Thiago, but it was Django with the last touch. Of course, the commentator is going to curse Brentford by saying they've only conceded from 1 corner kick this season. So now Newcastle are destined, certain to score a goal for the in-swinger to the back post. Here's Jacob Murphy. The Croix flick from Harvey Barnes just trickles wide. Harvey Barnes is offsides on the initial ball. Well, you can't be offsides behind the ball, of course, off the kick. Never mind. Jacob Murphy does well to get the, well, he doesn't do well. He gets a strike away, but it's off goal, off target. Barnes had to make an effort. Unable to get it on frame. And it's long. Botman up. Who's going to come down with the second ball? Bingo Ouattara is your answer. But Hall stands him up. 1v1. Here we go. Oh, great work from Ouattara. He's going to drive the byline and cut back. Jensen looped to the back post. Lewis Potter, Thiago, who's in there? Oh my God, that's a horror touch from Tonali. But Trippier will be able to clear away, and Brentford causing all kinds of chaos there in the box. It's exactly what they're looking for. Exactly what they're looking for, and it's been a very competitive start from the Bees. Very competitive start from Brentford. They knew they were going to need to bring it, and so they have a great ball into the channel for Jensen. Ouattara is going to win it and play it even further on for him. Early cross. Lewis Potter and Trippier are going up. It's good work from the defender, the veteran Englishman. That's a foul, referee. That is a clear foul. He's gone through the back of him. Referee not interested, and Jacob Murphy will carry it forward. Oh, he's giving it away. A shot. That is very poor from the Danish midfielder. Not a great shot. Not a great giveaway from Jacob Murphy neither. Not punished for it. And Brentford are going to have to take those chances. That's for sure. Yeah, it's definitely a foul in my book. I'm sure we'll get to see it again at some point. You know how production is for NBC. Lewis Potter will come down with this ball here. They'll win the throw, will Newcastle. And Eddie Howe, man. Eddie Howe might be in some trouble. Just saying. Just saying. Eddie Howe might be in some trouble. Especially if Brentford can. It wouldn't even be a madness, would it? Wouldn't even be called doing a madness. It's the thought that came into my head, but it wouldn't even be that. Brentford have value for money this season, value for money in the first 17 minutes of this game here today. Brentford working hard to push them back, making it very difficult for Bruno G. And then their shape forces him to take the free kick backwards. It's well done. It's well done from the Bees. They've won it here. Oh, what a deft touch from the league's second leading goal scorer. And it's a ball into the channel. It's a little bit too much curve for Lewis Potter or Thiago. Here's Kieran Trippier. Newcastle got to play quick, man. They got to play a lot quicker. This of course, was mentioning the fact that Brentford are very well drilled. Wissa, what is that? What is that from Wissa? I mean, it's a 10-yard ball. You're getting paid how much money, and you can't execute that? Where's Voltamata? Why is Voltamata not getting a start? I don't understand why the German Jack Sparrow, Mr. Pirate himself, isn't in this game. That's a handball, referee. Very, very intriguing as to why you would start Wissa over the German Jack Sparrow versus the likes of Ayer in this Brentford backline. Guima Reich, dude, very lucky. He's overdoing it there in the midfield. Very lucky to get the foul. Very, very fortunate. Why is production... Okay, I guess they're not. The ball isn't moving, but still. Production just zooming in on Dan Burn for about 30 seconds there for no reason whatsoever. Jensen will chase this one back to Nicholas Pope. Forced to hoof it long, and Brentford will be just fine with that. They'll take that all day long. First 20, Brentford have certainly had the better opportunities, better of the tactics, better of the game. Oh, the ball surprised everyone, including Lewis Potter. Oh my God, what a ball across. Lewis Potter just behind it. Henry retrieves. Jensen beats Trippier. Oh, if he plays the ball quicker with his left instead of being on the right foot there, he could have had something dangerous, but instead it's recycled back for Ayer. And now Ouattara will get the early cross in. Lewis Potter behind Trippier. Trippier doing well. And they've both certainly been in this game. They've been involved. We'll say that, Lewis Potter and Trippier. They've certainly been involved so far. Here is Coyote. That's a foul, referee. Former Arsenal man Joe Willock kicking out. It's pretty much all Willock's done. Hadn't really been involved much. And you wonder when Newcastle are going to come out and press. You guys are at home. Interesting to be playing sit back and counter against Brentford at home. And that's nothing against Brentford, who have been a very good side this season. Surprise package that Arsenal are going to have to deal with on Thursday. And I think we're at the G-Tech, or we're at whatever their stadium's called. Not an easy place to go for anyone. As Brentford have shown that they're no mugs. Some patient possession from them here. Newcastle will do well to make Kelleher hit one. Now who's going to come down with the second ball? Who's coming down with the second ball? It's a foul against Guima Reich. Cannot believe it. Lewis Potter was underneath it. And he's just nudged him in the back. Of course, when that happens, you're going down in like a sack of potatoes. Any touch at all. But they've wasted it, Brentford. Lewis Hall picks it up. Pope more than happy to launch one. Got to win a second ball. Harvey Barnes, a deft touch with Coyote on his back. That's well done. And that's a good ball into the channel. Willock's going to get there. 1v1 with Ayer. Beat him. Beat him. Oh, is it going to get through for all? Oh, that was a nice little dink A very creative little chip, and it almost got through for the underlapping run from Lewis Hall. Good work there from the former Arsenal man, Joe Willock. Bruno G. Personally, I think is going to have a better service than Tonali was having in that game versus Manchester City last time out for the Toon. They're certainly happy that the star man is back in. And it'll be a curler. In swinger. Does not get past the near post. Thiago will concede another corner kick, and Bruno G will get a chance at a better service than this one because that ain't good enough, my friend. If you're going to get a ball to the near post like that, you got to have one of your own players in front of the first guy to get the flick. But you're much better served trying to hoof this one to the back post, in my opinion. The melee in the box. The in-swinger. It's there! Oh my goodness, it's there! For Botman, all he's got to do is get any touch on it in the scrum. Looking like a rugby match in the box there, and absolutely against the run of play. The home side take the lead 1-0 to Newcastle. And they needed that. How they needed that, people. How they needed that. And, of course, I'm going to appreciate the corner kick goal. And as the commentator said, as I've said plenty of times this season, it's all about the service. And Bruno G gets it right. And Sven Botman goes up and gets the lead for the home side. Whoa! It's a good header. That's a fantastic header in the end. It's a fantastic header in the end, my friend. All he's needed to do is get up over Derrick Henry, one of the shortest men on the pitch, and get up. He has one. Absolutely against the run of play. Absolutely against the run of play. Work for Brentford to do now. Jensen going to lob one forward as the ball gets rolling here again. Thiago brings it down for his man, but they go all the way back. And that certainly put the cat amongst the pigeons, as they say. It's been all Brentford, really. That's great stuff from Jensen. Thiago for Ouattara, for Jensen with the step over. Joe Willock working hard there to win that one. That's well done. Here's Hall. Under the auspices of Jensen, he's going to put one down the line. Newcastle, a bit more confidence now that they've got the lead. And that's why you practice the set-piece delivery, man. That's why you practice the delivery. Ouattara in the box here. Oh! The deflection needed the save from Nicky Pope. Comes flying out. And Brentford with a very good response to going behind here. Maybe he didn't know much about it, Nick Pope. Maybe he didn't know much about where it was going, but he had to get it clear. And it's a corner kick for Brentford. Can they, a long throw, I should say, for Coyote, almost the same. Why would you not put it in the box, man? Oh, some space for Jensen. He's going to get the shot. That's going to be a corner kick. Whoa, what? It definitely was a deflection. Definitely was a deflection there. Nope. Referee says you're wrong. And it's a goal kick for Newcastle. But, I mean, apart from being down a goal, Brentford have been all right. They've been all right. It's up. It's in that middle of the park there. Who's going to win it? Tonali has to concede the throw under the pressure from Lewis Potter. And here's Joe Willock down the side. He's absolutely upped his game since I was talking you know what about him. Ouattara down. Looks like he's just got kicked a little bit. It's a sore one. It's a sore one. Newcastle with a chance at some possession. A flat ball from Trippier all the way to Harvey Barnes. What a pass that is. What a ball that was. In for Lewis Hall. He's going to drive to the byline. He's going to get the ball across. It's in. Oh, it's a goal line clearance. Jacob Murphy will hit it off of Iyer for the corner kick, but Wissa cannot believe he hasn't finished that one. Oh, that's a very important. Lewis Hall feeling it. Good cross. Wissa, flying in with the toe poke, just getting anything on it, and Janelt on the line, alive to the chaos, able to clear it off the line. Brentford by a thread here as Newcastle looking to put it away right from the rip. It's a flat ball for Tonali. A little hop, skipping a jump with the volley. Lucky there, I would say, to win another corner kick, and Bruno G is going to try to replicate the last one from this side. And here comes all the way to the back post. It doesn't make it there. Iyer has to concede yet another corner. And Bruno's service really causing trouble here. As we know, it can from the corner kick. What's up, Prog? Glad to have you back, brother. Bruno G is very, very good. Very, very good player. I don't like him very much, but I got mad respect. Good ball in. Here's Tonali. It's going to bounce over Kelleher with a good punch. Yeah, Bruno's not my favorite, but he's definitely a very good player. Definitely a very good player. And really, after this spell of pressure from Newcastle, it's kind of an odd old game, but Brentford have not been poor at all. They've been very good in this first 30 minutes. Disappointing to be down a goal. But yeah, more of the same, really, you would expect from Brentford. It's up. It's going to be a foul. Anytime there's a nudge in the back and the homie just falls down, the referee is always giving it. They're always giving that. Interesting now. Well, never mind. Long ball here for Kieran Trippier. Brings it down very well for Jacob Murphy. And Bruno G is going to see the run on the opposite side of Joe Willock, not necessarily find the quality. Oof. And Brentford a little bit shaky now after going behind. At the back here, Newcastle keeping them pressed in here well. Keeping them in here well. Yeah. I've been hearing this from a number of Newcastle-related sources. One of our fellow members here on the channel named Kieran, a regular commenter, big up Kieran. He's a Newcastle fan. He definitely wants Eddie Howe going. And after the performance against Man City and some of the, and the one before that versus Liverpool, Eddie Howe, I think, is definitely under pressure. I think he's definitely under pressure. And if they can hold this out, it'll go a long way. But it's going to be a long hour because Brentford are definitely definitely not out of this one. Nowhere near out of this one. And honestly, I think Newcastle will need a second goal. I think they will. I think they might get one on the break. But they certainly need a second goal. It's up. Yeah, I agree with this. I certainly agree with this, Prague. He was very good at Bournemouth. Got Bournemouth up. Maybe that's his level. But he certainly wouldn't replace Iraola for me at Bournemouth now. In my opinion, I think they're kind of on the same level if Iraola is not even a little bit better. Lewis Potter switched out to the right-hand side here. I mean, Daniel Farke is doing a fantastic job, I think. If you look at, what are you saying he's brought up Leeds. He's kind of the same. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that does make sense. Where Daniel Farke is like the Eddie Howe of Leeds. I get that. Yeah. I like Leeds. I think they're a good side. I think they play some good stuff. I obviously don't like the 3-5-2, but I understand, wanting to have a defensive structure and stability in this league. I certainly get it. It's just never going to win the league. The wingback system for me, I don't think will ever win the Premier League. Woof. Chow rising up high over Thiago there. Letting him know, hey, buddy, you ain't going to have it your way today. But Thiago is still the second leading goal scorer in the league, if memory serves. Newcastle doing well to force Kelleher to hit one long here. Thiago once again battling, but that time it's Botman. I think that might be offsides. And then he goes and puts an arm in him after, yeah. But Willett came down with the second ball there. Good stuff from Jordan Henderson. And after the goal, Newcastle battling a bit better there in the middle than they were in the first 20 or so minutes. It's definitely been a bit even here ever since the goal. Is that Ayer bursting through the middle, or is that Henderson? They kind of look the same. I think it's Ayer. And it's a good ball to the side. Lewis Potter across. Lewis Hall. I like Lewis Hall, man. He's a good left back. I definitely think he should be on the plane to the USA for the World Cup. Even in that 4-1 loss, I did the watch along for the Liverpool-Newcastle game for the 4-1 loss for Newcastle. And even in that game, I thought Lewis Hall was probably their best player. And Yanel with an opportunity to dunk one in and maybe replicate what the question probably is for England. Is Nick Pope better than Jordan Henderson? Jordan Pickford, I should say. Here comes the in-swinger from Yanelt. It's not great. Does not get over Bruno G at the front post. And he's going to try to take him on, nutmegs him, but unable to get on to the end. Is Nick Pope better than Jordan Pickford? That is the question for Mr. Tommy Tuchel. I expect both will be coming to America, just like Eddie Murphy. Here's Wantara out wide, 1v1 with Kieran Trippier. He's going to try to go past him. He gets a little yard of space. Ball across. It's there! Whoa! What a response from Brentford. Yeah, in the mixer. And an fantastic cross from Django Ouattara. Kieran Trippier doesn't get close enough, and that is a fantastic goal. What a goal, man. You love to see a classic cross. Big man gets up in the box and gets a powerful header to the other side of the goal. Nick Pope, no chance. 1-1 at St. James's Park. What a goal this is, man. And this is what I've been screaming about in Arsenal games, is when the left back or right back, whoever it is, Kieran Trippier in this instance, just doesn't get close enough and you let in an early cross. Punished. 1-1. Game on. And I knew it. I said it. Newcastle, if they're going to win it, they're going to need another goal because Brentford have brought it level, and they're 100% value for the equalizer here is the word I'm looking for. Keith Andrews, very happy his team have able to get back level before halftime. In Newcastle. Halftime talk for Eddie Howe, that's for sure. Is that skin? Nope. Newcastle will get an opportunity for an immediate response here from a corner kick. Prague says Pickford. Yeah, I think Pickford's got the experience. I think he's got the they're definitely comparable as in shot stopping. I think Pickford's got a good he's probably a better passer. Here comes the in-swinger from Tonali to the back post. No one is there. But yeah, I think Jordan Pickford, as far as him being able to pick out a pass and find the right man, certainly the familiarity with the England setup, he'll be number one for me. He'll definitely be number one for me at the World Cup. Speaking of Jordan Pickford, 9 clean sheets. Speaking of Jordan Pickford, 1-0 down at Craven Cottage today were the Toffees. Come back and get the victory. Brentford will hope to be doing the same here. Lewis Potter working hard. He's winning it. He's going to drive into space. Tonali's going to bring him down for the foul. And he tells the referee what he thinks about it. Yeah, Jordan Pickford. Also, Jordan Pickford seems like a mean person. Like he seems like he's the type that you want to have as the goalkeeper who will shout at your defenders. He'll go out and he'll grab people and throw you into the right spot. Like that's the kind of goalkeeper I want to have. Like that's the kind of goalkeeper that gives confidence to the people, the defenders right in front of him. A perfect example this season is when Andre Onana was in the goal for Manchester United. And there was the back line was a shambles at the beginning of the season. There was no confidence. There was no, cohesion, no chemistry. But when Lamans came in, for me, he's been United's best signing. Maybe not as far as best footballer all around or whatever, but who had the most influence, I think it's been Lamans because of that confidence that he gives you. And so Jordan Pickford, for me, would be my England number one. It's a conference here for the free kick. David Beckham territory versus Greece. Here comes Lewis Potter. All of that for nothing as the wall will stand tall. Ball across. Nicky Pope will bring it up. I just said a whole bunch of shit. I'm not sure which part's true, but I like it. It was Trippier on the opposite side. Got about 5 minutes left in this first half. We're having a good time for sure. It's been a good day in the league. Absolutely been a good day in the league. Spurs go down. Of course. Always love to see that. And the Arsenal with a 3-0 victory. 9 points clear at the top, baby. Brentford still working hard, of course. Jensen's been decent today in this first half. Lewis Hall trying to combine with Joe Willock there. It's a little bit too intricate, a little bit too creative and crafty. But Bruno G will do well to win the throw. Ball on the line here for Lewis Hall. That's great work from Newcastle. The final pass in there to Joe Willock, not good enough. And Brentford will recover, and they'll look to get some passes of their own strung together here. Here's Janeld in the center of the park for Jordan Henderson and now Rico Henry. I just want to call him Derrick Henry, but that's the running back for the Baltimore Ravens. Two very different people. uh, oh! Newcastle with an opportunity here. Brentford have presented it to them deep on, and they did not play quick enough. Tonali gets that all wrong there. And what a pass outside of the boot for Thiago there. And now it's a fast break. Here's oh, puts Trippier down, finds Jensen. Are you going to finish? That's a ball. Yep, penalty. Brentford overcooked that one there, not really able to find a good shot. And Andy Madley gives the penalty. Everyone in the stadium immediately thought it was a handball. Jacob Murphy gets the yellow card. Of course, VAR is going to take a look at this, and it's all going wrong here for Newcastle. Yeah, it's going in. That's the thing. This one's not getting overturned because it's going in. That ball's going in. Nick Pope's never going to get there. This is definitely going to be a penalty. It's definitely going to be a penalty because he's blocked it from going in the goal. Even if you might say it's a natural position. Kieran, homie, even if it's a natural position, he's blocked it from going in the goal. It's going in. Pope's never getting there. Even if you want to call it a natural position, because you're right. Murphy's trying to bring it in. But he's blocked it from it's a pin, bro. It is what it is. How are you still checking? This is a clear pin for me. Kieran obviously disagrees, as you would being a Newcastle fan, but so it's definitely a pin, but they're going to see if there's an offsides. They're checking offsides. No offsides. Yeah, there's no offsides. This will definitely be a pin. Yep. The call's going to stand. The penalty will stand. As we move into stoppage time here. The yellow card as well will stand for Jacob Murphy. Jensen will step up, yeah? Or Jordan Henderson will probably step up. Well, we'll see who he gives it to here. Don't you have a designated penalty taker? Yeah, Igor. I'm thinking Ousmane Dembele is a better pen taker than Igor Thiago. I'm not sure I've seen Thiago take a pin before, but he does have mad goals this season. He is the number 9. Nick Pope trying to get in his head. And can Brentford turn it around after going down 1-0? Opportunity to take the lead right here at the end of the half. Nick Pope screaming at him, trying to get in his head. Thiago looking down. 4 minutes of stoppage time. We've already played one of them. Well, we've waded through one of them. Here he goes, 12 yards out. Igor Thiago versus Nick Pope. And he's calmly finished it in the other side. Kieran, the game ain't gone yet, brother. It's only half time. There's still a whole half to play. And Brentford have brought it back from 1-0 down, and you got to say they deserve it. They have certainly been the better team for large parts of this first half. Newcastle were decent for about 10 minutes after their goal, but Brentford have done very, very well, and they've got their noses in front here at St. James's Park. Newcastle with it all to do here in this second half. Look what it means to Igor Thiago. That's his 20th. He's got a ton of goals. And he's on Holland's coattails. Holland in a bit of a drought, and Igor Thiago's got to be on his coattails. We're going to look that up at halftime, people. That's for sure. Here's Ouattara. And Brentford are just going to look to get into halftime here with their lead intact. 17 goals in the Premier League this season for Igor Thiago. I think Holland is on 21 or 22, but Igor Thiago, man, what a player. What a signing for Brentford. Get rid of Bumo. Get rid of Wissa. Bring in Igor Thiago. Oh, Ouattara's kicked Trippier in the face there. No intent, but definitely worth a yellow card. He's kicked him in the face. Wouldn't you say? Oh! He's definitely kicked homie in the face, though. Yeah. Well, escapes. Escapes and doesn't get the yellow. Ball over the top. Wissa just jumps. That's definitely a foul. He didn't even know where the ball was. Didn't even know where the ball was, Johan Wissa there. Eddie Howe in conversation with his second in command there. You got to conjure something, man. You absolutely have to conjure something. Commentators saying it's too narrow, but for me, they need to battle harder in the midfield and win more of these second balls. Thiago, man, just putting his weight about. The battle with Xiao's been good, but it's that kind of stuff from who was that? Who just kind of gave the ball away there. That's what they need Newcastle to clamp down on. And it'll be another ball up in the air. Who's going to win the second one? Thiago's come down with it right for Rico Henry. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. And now Brentford can just look to possess. Try to get one in for Thiago. Xiao does well there, though. That's a foul. Definitely a foul. Well, there it is. Holland only has 20. And Brentford forward there, Thiago on 17. Right on Holland's coattails. And who would have thunk it? The Brentford man would be second in the Golden Boot standings. Hopefully Victor Gyökeres can get himself up there. I think he's on 7 or 8 league goals now. Halftime, the boos ring out at St. James Park. The boos ring out. Eddie Howe's got to be under some pressure. I expect Eddie Howe is under some pressure. Absolutely do. Wow. And what a half that was. Newcastle against the run of play, get the lead. And then Brentford, who were playing really, really, really well, turn it all the way around. And that is halftime. 2-1 to Brentford. At St. James's Park. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. That's right. Here, it's halftime, and I really appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. It really does help the channel. So go ahead and smash up the like button. Of course, you already know the drill. Hype it up if you got any left. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It would be my pleasure to welcome you to the community, of course. And as always, let me know what you're thinking about this one in the comments section down below. Finally!
The team is saying, and what you said for weeks about Man United, why don't they play countering attacking football? And then they did it, and they won. And what's City not good at? Defending counter-attacking football.
Mikel Arteta usurped a few times. Like people like hammering down the door. Like I'm trying to work it through here in my mind, and I can't figure out what's made him so afraid. All right, people, let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think the managers should do to influence this game. We need more of the same. We need wholesale changes, or maybe just a couple of little tweaks. Of course, thanks for being here. I want to know your opinion. All right, people, we're back. And it's been a fantastic game so far for Brentford and the neutral. Not so much for the Newcastle faithful. And I think what we're going to do here for halftime, just try something out for the rest of this game. Try something different here just to see if we like this layout a little bit better. But Brentford certainly value for their lead at this point in the game. I think they've been the more comfortable of the two teams. They've played their stuff, looked to play it around. They've won more of the second balls. They've been very strong up front for with Igor Thiago up there, and with winning the second balls with Mathias Jensen. I certainly think they've worked very hard to execute their tactics, and I think it's worked really well, and it's caused Newcastle all kinds of problems. And Newcastle have not really had an answer defensively, but were able to get on to the scoreboard from a corner kick, and I thought they were the better team for a while after that. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Now we can get the comments on screen. Yeah, it's a little bit. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool, I guess. No, I like this one better. Yeah, this one's better here. Boom. All right. Let me try something new out for this second half. But yeah, the first goal for Brentford, fantastic. You can't give Premier League players that much space. Even a yard of space is all Ouattara needed. And what a great header back across Nick Pope for Janelt to make it 1-1. And I thought on the second, on the play for the handball, I thought that they'd overcooked it. I definitely thought they'd overcooked it. But yeah, the ball's going in. It's definitely a handball. Once the referee gives it, and Igor Thiago steps up and puts it away professionally. And that's his 17th goal of the season. It's been a good game. Been an enjoyable game for the neutral, for sure. I think that Newcastle are going to have to find some more energy, find some more creativity, battle more in that in the middle of the park, figure out how someone just has to anticipate the knockdown from Igor Thiago, because Jensen, and just stay with Jensen because he's anticipating the knockdowns and winning the second ball. Janelt, the same. So just stay with him, just have, somebody man mark him or whatever, and you'll be there to battle. Brentford have been doing really, really well. And that's how they've been getting a lot of good attacking impetus going forward. I think Newcastle need to do more of that. I think they've done well trying to get down the lines. Lewis Hall's played well. He's had a good first half. Certainly, he tends to put in good performances. Obviously, nobody has a great game every single time, but the last couple of games I've watched from Lewis Hall has been decent. Certainly been decent. But the question is, what can Eddie Howe do? Who's on the bench? What can they? Maybe some kind of tactical tweak in build-up. The crossfield pass has been on, but I think that Henry on the left and Coyote on the right have done well in the 1v1 battles. Have done very well in the 1v1 battles to minimize the crosses, and that's really been the difference, in the defending. Nick Voltamata warming up. I would have expected to see him from the start. And if you're definitely going to be lumping in crosses, it's just like the Arsenal game this morning. I was talking about, you're going to lump in crosses. Like, if that's your strategy, is to isolate on the outside backs, beat your man and cross, you got to have somebody in there who can head it in, and somebody who's huge to be able to battle against the huge defenders. And, Voltamata is that guy way more than Vissa, if you ask me. Way more than Vissa, if you ask me. And it's interesting. Every time I put Nick Voltamata on the damn thumbnail, he hasn't started. I put him on the thumbnail versus Man City, didn't start. And I think I put Eddie Howe on the thumbnail versus Liverpool, and I think he started. So I just think he's a good player, man. I think he's a classic number 9 type of player, and I think that Newcastle could use him in this game. Johan Wissa's had some poor touches. Hasn't really done well in the hold-up. And, Brentford's press has been really, really efficient and effective in making Nicky Pope lob him long. But it's flipping Barnes, Wissa, and Jacob Murphy up top. I think they need Voltamata at halftime. Definitely need Voltamata at halftime. Because if they're going to continue this strategy, you need a target man. And maybe it was just rotation, but he hasn't started the last 3 games. Very interesting. Very interesting. I would bring on Voltamata right now. Right now. Because you've got the quality. Give Bruno G just a little bit of space, and he'll whip in a ball just as good as Rico Henry did, or Django Ouattara did. Checking out the Arsenal highlights here. It was a great ball from Trossard to Zubamendi. It was the angle of the pass on the first goal for Arsenal that did it. And then Trossard combines with Havertz, and Gyökeres rips one in the back of the net. You love it. You love to see it. And then, of course, in the 93rd minute, Martinelli really gets does all the work, really. Gyökeres is just there to tap it home. Martinelli did all the work there on the 3rd goal for the Arsenal as we go 9 points clear at the top of the table. Bournemouth hosting Aston Villa. Oh, good work from Jadon Sancho and Morgan Rogers with a rocket. What a goal from Morgan Rogers. Does the Henry celebration. Dude, he's an Arsenal fan. Bring him here. Homie's an Arsenal fan. Bring him here. Oh, my. Oh, my. Number 37 for Bournemouth, who I'm unfamiliar with. I was unfamiliar with your game, sir. Just runs right past Luka Dean and rips it in the back of the net near post. 1-1. Bournemouth and Villa. Villa kind of falling behind. West Ham. Good ball through for Asensio Somerville. And he'll tap one home. The Wet Spammers doing really well. And that's a good touch from Somerville for Diouf. And it's a fantastic header from Castellanos, the new man, loving life at West Ham. Definitely looking good at West Ham. 2-0 to the Hammers. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of action tomorrow. We will be locked in, of course. Looks like the only games to do, Brighton Crystal Palace. We'll be here for that one. And, of course, Liverpool hosting Manchester City. It's going to be fun. We will be here. Make sure you got that notification bell on. We'll be live. Live and direct for that one. And I certainly appreciate everyone being here. Go ahead and smash up those likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Halftime should be about over. Of course, NBC's got to get in their 1,000 commercials. And a Tide commercial, of course. Oh, my goodness gracious me. It's the Colonel. If you're Brentford, it's more the same, really. I don't think Brentford need to change a thing. They're playing well. Tactics are working. Tampa Bay, here we come. The Fan Fest for the weekend that Arsenal play Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. I've heard those are very, very fun. Very expensive, but very, very fun. And Volcamata, Eddie Howe's been listening. He's been listening to me. Joe Willock and Jacob Murphy have come off Volcamata. And who else? Yeah, Brentford are absolutely doing a fantastic job. Anthony Jack Sparrow. And Brentford will get us back underway here in this second half. And there we go. It's a ball up into the channel. Thiago's not even looking for it. Oh, it's a scramble in there. Newcastle battling well. So too is Brentford, but it'll fall for Nick Pope here. Ball down the line. First chance for Olenga. Wissa stayed on as well. Interesting. Ball wide for Harvey Barnes over his head. And so Voltamata and Wissa together. Very interesting. Very interesting. Wissa should be in behind Voltamata. Wissa should be dropping deeper than Nick Voltamata. For me. But he's come on for Jacob Murphy. And, of course, Olenga, too, on. Coyote's going to rip this one into the box. Here he comes. Oh, that's a crazy throw. Barnes just hoofs one forward. Henry does well. It'll fall for Jensen, who likewise will just hoof one forward. Thiago was offsides, yeah. Lewis Hall going to play quick here for Harvey Barnes, who does not play quick at all, and Tonali will turn out for Chow. Interesting to see if Brentford's approach will change at all as the game goes on, if they'll get deeper and deeper and deeper in their defensive positions. Good ball from Baltimore. A ball down to the byline. Wiss is going to bring it back. Still in it, on it here, Newcastle. Somebody needs to get a shot off. It's far for Anthony Alanga. A ball back across. Oof. Bruno G was there. It's going to be offsides. Going to be an offsides. But Newcastle certainly bringing the urgency in the first couple of minutes here of the half. Oof. Newcastle not great at holding leads this season. Third time that they've been down 2-1 after winning 1-0 in a first half this season in the Premier League. More than any other. It's not what you want. It's not a stat you want. Voltamata makes Kelleher hit it long right to Anthony Alanga. That's well done. A chance to come forward now for the substitute. It's a good ball across. Oh, my God. It's an important header from Coyote. Harvey Barnes was winding up to absolutely smash that. Oof. Thiago makes Nick Pope play it first time for Lewis Hall, who gives it right back to Lewis. King Lewis Potter, very, very weak from Lewis Hall, who I've been praising the whole time. Vandenberg calls for Anthony Alanga. Immediately throw your arm up because you've nudged him in the back. We spoke on that in the first half. Anytime you get nudged in the back, people are going down these days, and they're getting the call. Wow. Brentford have not won at St. James Park since 1934. That's another terrible, terrible record you don't want to let them improve. Jensen fighting against Tonali. Well done there from the Dane. But Tonali will win it off of that. Newcastle are looking to find Unga on the outside there. Tonali to make Kelleher hit it long. It's good work from Lewis Hall there. Forcing the throw. Chance for some possession here for Newcastle and a chance to work something creative through the lines or perhaps go all the way back to the goalkeeper instead. And he'll find Botman here. It's a good pass in for Voltamata, who's gotten a good touch. Wissa will bring it under his command and get it up for Harvey Barnes. Or Trippier, I should say. It's a ball. That's definitely a handball. He's put his arm down like this. This is definitely a handball. For me, first view. Oh, it's hit his chest. It's hit his chest. It's hit his chest. Yeah, that's definitely chest. Nah, that's off his chest. It looked at first glance like a handball. The first one looked like a handball, but nah, it's off his chest. He's not worried at all. Nah. Yeah, check complete. Check complete. Newcastle fans, you can hear what they think of that. But it's an opportunity for a corner kick. An outswinger here from Kieran Trippier. Look for the German pirate. He's in there. That's a horrendous service from the Newcastle captain. Hall does well just to get to that one. Keen Lewis Potter. Minner still up. He's going to hit it long. Got to win a second ball. Bruno G does very well to do that, but he gives it away immediately. It's a good turn, and Bruno G will commit the foul. He certainly does not think it was one on Janelt. But the ball's rolling again here for the Bees. It's a good ball from Jordan Henderson into the channel. Thiago doing well to keep it still. Bruno G doing well to keep the ball under people kicking him. That's well done from Newcastle. And Lewis Hall will hit one over the top for Wissa. It's going to fall for him. Got to get there. Got to keep it in. Daniel Ayer does so well there to stop the progress. Does so well to stop the progress. Here's Coyote. He'll just hoof one up. But Thiago's up there somewhere. Wataro's underneath it is the only one challenging, but it falls for Chiao, who does very, very well there. And now here's Tonali, a chance to get right for Kieran Trippier. A ball into the channel for Lenga. What do you got? Back out for Trippier. Ball across. Who's up? There! Just wide. Kelleher was not worried, but that's better. That's better from Newcastle. Definitely better from Newcastle. It's good work between Alenga and Trippier. Unmarked. Which just misses wide. Kelleher wasn't worried, though. Keith Andrews going to respond with Yarmouk to the changes from Eddie Hausman. It's a good touch for Harvey Barnes down for Bruno G. That's a great idea. We'll say the execution not necessarily matching the idea from Bruno G. Kelleher will loft it long. They're more than happy. Brentford aren't playing any games at the back in this second half. They're just going to hit it long. Henry comes down with the second ball, but Alenga's done well to win it. And it'll be an advantage. Tonali strides away. Leave it. Oh, wow. That's great work from Daniel Ayer. And now we'll come back the other way. Game opening up a little bit. A lot of space here for Janelt in the middle. He's got Lewis Potter wide to the right. That's a good ball. He finds him. Cuts it in. And the shot left-footed. That's great work from Lewis Hall. Great work on the recovery to get the block on the shot. And now we come back the other way with Anthony Alenga. Game is definitely opening up. Rico Henry does well. He'll win the throw-in, but the game, we're getting some basketball here in this second half. And that will suit Newcastle. Yeah. Newcastle, not a Jordan Henderson fan. Not a Jordan Henderson fan, as you might expect. Boos all around for the former Sunderland man, former Liverpool man. And now, Yarmouk coming into the game. It looks like he's got a note for somebody. He's going to go pass that off. Yarmouk's still holding on to his note. Hasn't given it to whoever yet. It's a good touch from Django. So too from Thiago. And now Wataro's going right to the defense. He's trying to put a ball across. Botman with the block. Botman does well there to win the free kick. It's a very, very cheap free kick to give away. Note passed. Yanelt has the note. You got to read it before you stick it in your sock, bro beans. And now he's shouting out the changes in the formation. 4-4-2. That's what that looked like. It said. Is he stick it in his sock now? Good work from Jensen to get it to Watara, who looks for another early cross and a win the corner kick. And like we expected, Brentford just more of the same. Maybe they would have backed off, but it's not been what we expected. You got to respect the tactics from Keith Andrews. You got to respect the approach from Keith Andrews. For sure. Yanelt with the near post run. He ignores it. It's a ball to the back post. Nick Pope gets the punch to it. Intricate from Watara. Lewis Hall will defend well, but concede the throw, and Coyote will come across. He'll take his time, though, of course. 58th minute. As we get on towards the final third of this Premier League match at St. James. It's in there. Nick Pope, not inspiring confidence, and he'll throw one into the channel. But Lewis Potter has far more pace than Bruno G. Way more pace than Bruno G. Got to win a second ball. Kelleher to hit it long. Thiago battling every single time, but the German Jack Sparrow comes back to win the second ball and gives it to Lewis Hall in some space. Run forward. Press forward. Ball wide for Harvey Barnes. Brentford just able to get back into their shape. Newcastle haven't necessarily played quick enough, in my opinion. Too often they've allowed Brentford to get set in these situations. Bruno G spots the run of Kieran Trippier. He's going to pick him out. What a pass. What a pass. Great touch and control from Kieran Trippier. I think he's going to try the throw here, Kieran Trippier. Nope. They get everyone in the box and bring him Lenga over and then get the cross in. What worked? But Brentford combined double header away. Tonali trying to find Trippier in the channel. He's come forward. It's in the box. That's well done from the defense, and Jensen just rips one long. No one even out there, and Newcastle can come again with Tonali. $30 minutes to go here. What can Newcastle conjure? Brentford have been pretty comfortable here in this second half, especially when they're in their block. Coyote does well to head it to himself. Or did it go past him? It get past him, so he should just going to see it out. That's well done. Well, that's just for Brentford. Oh, he's just giving it right back to Lewis Hall. It's going to go right at the defense. It's a chip up for Bruno G. Oh, I thought he was going to volley that right out of the air. It would have been disgusting. It would have been a great shot. That's well done from Django Watara. Rico Henry on his bike here. Steaming down the left side. Tonali for company. That's a great ball for Jensen. Takes a touch. Chow with the block. And now we'll play some basketball once again. Harvey Barnes, if he plays quick. Here's Voltamata looking to get forward. The crowd rises. Here's Anthony Lenga. Finds some space. A ball across. Oh, there's nobody crashing to the penalty spot. Wissa can't get there. And Lewis Potter will hit it towards Thiago. But Newcastle have won it again, and they come. You got to play quickly. Very entertaining stuff, this. Here's Lewis Hall. And now Harvey Barnes. You got a 1v1. Go for it. Beat him. Jinky, juke, cross. No one there. Kelleher will collect and just take a deep breath. Asula about to come on. And Wissa's going to come off. Hasn't necessarily had his best game versus former club. Voltamata doing really well. Hold the ball up, spinning around in circles. And he'll get the ball out for Trippier. Yeah. And out, giving him all kinds of hell. Well done by the Brentford men to force Newcastle back and around. One over the top from Guimaraes. Ball's up again. Thiago's going to get behind this one. It's a foul against him, however. Shoulder barge on Sven Botman, the Newcastle goal scorer today. And they'll just get the ball rolling again. Newcastle need to find some ideas. Something different. Because Brentford have been very comfortable. That's well done. You got to get there. Good step from Malik Chow. Here's Bruno G. Bringing it forward. Tonali in some space. Find Voltamata with the cross. That's a handball. Definitely a handball. He's going to call a handball against Newcastle. I thought it was a handball against Daniel Ayer. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Does it hit his arm? Never hits Ayer's arm. It hits Barnes' arm, who's come off. No, he's come to see what Eddie Howe's got to tell him. Osula's on, Wissa off. Brentford fans jeer and cheer. Stinker and hooked, you might say. Not very effective from Johan Wissa today. And Osula is going to slot right in, but I think he might be in behind Voltamata. And Voltamata will finally be pushed all the way forward. This is what you might think would have been obvious from the very beginning. Nope, Osula's ahead of him, and Voltamata's in behind him. Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. Voltamata is like in a center attacking mid roll underneath Osula now. Who's going to run down the line here? Good ball from Lewis Hall, and Ayer will be forced to smash it clear. Perhaps a long throw opportunity for Newcastle, but they've played it short very quickly with Lewis Hall. Back for Sven Botman. Got to create something. Got to figure something out, do Newcastle. Olenga bringing it out to in. Brentford doing well just to force them back. Very comfortable in their shape at the moment. Bruno G finds Tonelli in some space, but he takes 8 years to get hold of it, and so Brentford to retreat into their shape once more. Got to play so much quicker, dude. Why are you taking 8 years to get that cross, get the ball to Lewis Hall? And Brentford will be more than happy in these spaces. That's good work from Newcastle through the middle of the pitch, out wide for Lewis Hall. And now Bruno G. Trippier in a ton of space. Malik Chow going to bring it forward. Shapes for the shot. Takes it. It's a save. Holy crap. Kelleher has to make this one. Malik Chow. Oh, yeah, that's going to the back of the net. Kelleher has to save that one. Can he replicate what they did in the first half? Min run forward. It's a scrum in the box. Who's there? It's up. Sven Botman underneath it once again, unable to get that one on frame. Definitely a dangerous cross to the back post. And the pressure will just relent. Kelleher taking his time on the goal kick. But here's the shot again. Oof. Gets all the way behind it. So too does Kelleher. Ends up being a good save. Definitely ends up being a good save, that. Time just getting on here. Roughly 25-ish minutes left, including stoppage time, for Newcastle to rescue this one. Scoreline as you were in the first half. At the end of it, I should say. Here's Anthony Elanga with Ouattara trying to do his best, and it rolls for Kelleher. Not what Kelleher was looking for. Thiago will battle anyway. That's going to be a foul. And eventually he's going to get a yellow card for barging into people. Oh, it'll be now. Yep. It'll be right now for barging into him in the air for like the 19th time today. Yeah. That's the right call. Against the Brentford big man. He can't believe it. What's going on here? If he's not careful, he's going to get a double yellow back to back to back here. Thiago. You just got to calm down, man. And now he's going to push him again. Bro, you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble here if you don't calm down. Just trying to change the angle. Tonali all the way in here. Tonali on it again after the clearance. What can Newcastle conjure? As Brentford now seemingly dropping deeper and deeper and deeper. Ball across. Away. Here is Lewis Hall on the opposite side. Bruno G screams at the sky because he doesn't get the pass, even though he's got 9 guys on his back. Lewis Hall trying to turn the corner. King Lewis Potter doing very well in defense. So too, and Brentford can come away here. Great turn from Yarmouk. Well done by Sven Botman. And Voldemar has some space here to dribble at the defense. Catch. Oh, and he's played it off of Alanga's knee. And Brentford do well. Lewis Potter, so too, does well. Looking for the crossfield pass because Newcastle holding a high line. Jensen's going to force Nick Pope to just hoof it. And Brentford feeling really good here. Yarmouk in all kinds of space in the middle of the park. Making Tonali run. He's had to work really flipping hard today, Tonali. Brentford have played so well, man. Brentford have played so well today. Just trying to keep the ball here. And they'll hit one into the channel. Newcastle, interestingly, playing a little bit higher of a line. Brentford struggling to kind of adapt to it at the moment as far as when they're playing the ball forward. Here's Lewis Hall. Brentford just keeping them on the outsides of the formation at the moment. And they're just doing well to frustrate. Just doing well to frustrate at the moment. Just retreating, conceding territory are Brentford. Long way to go to be dropping this deep so freely. That's a good ball into the box. So many people in there. Alenga, quick feet, gets the shot away. Yamaluke does well. And he'll get on it. Jensen's going to put Django into the channel. He's got some space to run. Malik Chow in front of him. He's going to go at him. He's going to go at him. He's going to go around him. He's going to... It's a corner kick. He does very well. Django Ouattara has played very well today. He's played very, very well. Reinforcements coming on here for Brentford. Some random coach showing some random player the iPad. Nice product placement there for Apple. Of course, they're going to let Jensen hit this corner before they do the substitution. Corner battle's on. We're already on 12 corners. Jensen will take ages to get this one in, as you might expect. And here it comes. The swinger. Botman has been huge in both boxes today. Coyote comes over the top, and he has a chance for a swimmer to stretch his legs. A fast break. He does well. Anthony Alenga. Ball across. Ball is falling. Newcastle want a penalty. Of course, a penalty check will be had. Bodies going all over the place in the box there as the ball came across from Anthony Alenga. It's decent from Mostula to hold it up and find the right ball. Here's a ball across. No way. If they call a penalty there, that'll be so harsh. There is contact, but it's absolutely accidental. Absolutely accidental. They're both looking at the ball, and his knee hits the back of his foot. And Bruno, I think he might be cramping up here, or he's just trying to sell it. Might be trying to sell it a little bit here. They're going to recommend a check. And you know what that means? Almost always the decision is reversed. I've only seen it like 3 times ever. But there is contact. Knee to the back of his leg from, I think it's Coyote. He's onside. That's a horrendous angle. He's fallen over. He's kneed him in the back of the leg. He's actually kneed Guimaraes in the back of the leg there, yeah. It's definitely not intentional. No one's looking at the ball. No one's looking at each other. It's definitely not intentional. But he still brought him down. He still brought him down in the box, even if there's no intent. If he doesn't hit him, though, Guimaraes taps this in. If he doesn't run into him, Guimaraes taps this in. I think it should be a penalty. But it's gonna be one of those about. Well, it's definitely going to be a pin. Are they going to give a denial of a goal scoring? Are they going to give denial of a goal scoring is what they're discussing now, I think. They're going to give the penalty. No further sanction on Coyote. But its decision is a penalty. I think that's right. The problem is, even if it's accidental, if you don't hit him, Bruno taps it in. That's the issue. Bruno taps it in if you don't. Like, what can you do, you know? Bruno taps it in if you don't take him down. So, I mean, it's a pin for sure. And the man himself will step up. Bruno G to go for the equalizer here from 12 yards away. Kelleher just taking his time, trying to put Bruno G off. Referee, crowd on their feet. Will he bring Newcastle level? Look of concentration from the captain. And here comes the shot. Who's going to go on and win this one? We have a fantastic finish set up here, folks. I think Brentford have been a little bit too defensive at times in this second half. And it's caused them to give Newcastle the confidence. I mean, they did in general, but when they have been going for it, that's when they got hit on the break, and it's been basketball. And that's how Coyotes started running back away from goal. And it's 2-2. Game on. 10 minutes to go here at St. James's Park. Can Brentford get back, pull themselves back up, and maybe find a winner? Or will Newcastle go on to win this one? It's been a hell of a game. Crowd screams, man on. Botman hits it long. Here's Osula. Sells Bruno G just a bit short. That's a great touch from Thiago. Django's offsides. Yep, definitely offsides. Jensen should have waited. He should have seen that homie had straight offsides. The crowd's involved. Commentator saying Keith Andrews telling them not to get the crowd involved. The crowd's involved. It's St. James's Park. It's St. James's Park, the crowd's involved. Voltamata challenging for the second ball, but Luke will win it. And that's not good enough from Jensen for Luke. Oh, that's just gets there, and that's horrible from Jensen. Newcastle looking the likelier of the two, and Voltamata almost gets the shot away, driving right down the throat of Brentford. Newcastle fans, of course, loving the impetus, the verve, the drive to perhaps get a winner here from their team. Brentford still committed to their tactics, committed to their style of play. You love to see it. What a game we have here, folks. What a game we have here. Kelleher to launch one long. Who's going to be underneath it? Of course, Thiago. But Chow, who's played very well, battled with him all day long. Nick Pope calmly back for Votman. And now Lewis Hall, they're going to try to hit one long into the channel. Harvey Barnes on the chase. Coyote will try to shield it out. He's done great defending. That's a foul. He's kicked the back of his leg. Harvey Barnes. Shame. Her will just come slowly but surely walk over to take this one. Eddie Howe gives the applause. The crowd just getting on Kelleher's case here as he hoofs it long. Who's underneath it? It's Voltamata. It falls for Yarmaluk. Yanelt, I should say. Out wide for Donovan. Oh, he's giving it immediately to Harvey Barnes. And now here's Osu. It's probably not the right choice. Pass from Harvey Barnes. Bruno G in the middle here. And Donovan will run out. He's not done well enough there. Lewis Hall picking up. They'll urgent to find the winner are Newcastle. Oi! That's a yellow card, yeah. Beat the hell out of him after Tonali, after the ball's gone. Lucky is Donovan, the substitute. Oi, Lewis Hall's getting too much here to Yarmaluk, and Thiago will carry it the other way. Jensen for Watara will win it over the top of Lewis Hall. What a game we've had here today, folks. It's been back and forth basketball. Ball into the channel. Anthony Alanga advancing. Kelleher gets there first. Now here's Yanelt. And Brentford will come back the other way. What a game this has been. What a game. All the way back for Kelleher here. Voltamata chasing, but he's on his own. He's on his own, and Yanelt will bring it forward, but very slowly. Here's Yarmaluk into the center for Jensen. He's great touch for Yarmaluk, and another ball out wide for Coyote is not good enough. It's been fantastic play in the middle of the park from both sets of midfielders. A foul against Coyote. Anthony Alanga backing in on the break that led to the penalty. I don't know about all that. That would have been checked. Why are we going back? Why are you bringing up old stuff? Jensen wins the second ball. It's a good ball down. Here's Watara. Right through Nicky Pope. And it's 3-2. Brentford hit back. Oh, what a game. And I've been preaching it all season. I go for Jensen. Jensen over the top for Nick Pope. And it's 3-2 to Brentford. What a game we have, folks. What a game. Wow. Just wow. What an advert for the Premier League. What a statement for Keith Andrews' men. Django Watara absolutely smashes this through Nick Pope. And Nick Pope is going to be very upset that he conceded that one. Nick Pope going to be very upset with this. Brentford have absolutely come to St. James to play today, and they've taken with aplomb 3. And it's looking like Jensen's race is run. He's absolutely run himself into the ground, and Mikael Damsgaard will replace him. 3-2 to the Bees. What a fantastic match we've had here. Newcastle bringing on Dan Burn. Is it Ramsey? Might be Ramsey for Nelly. Yep. And it's Tara with dinner at the moment. Absolutely smashes it through Nick Pope, who will be very upset with himself after that one. Can Newcastle conjure another equalizer with 3 minutes left in the game plus stoppage time? And Brentford, after an incredible performance last week, pole position to take all 3 points at St. James's Park. No easy feat. Here's Barnes out wide. Donovan for company. Cut back on his right. But Daniel Ayer away. Botman down. Thiago does so well there. And Yanelt's going to put it into the channel. Thiago working hard as he's done all day long. Chiao recovers well here. But Damsgaard brings the Bees forward. And it's going to... Oh, the crowd silenced by the goal. Yep. Here's Nick Pope. Brentford have played so well today. Danny Burns going to go forward. Here's Voltamata, some space. Oh, you got to play faster. Down for Dan Burn. Brentford will get everyone back behind the ball now. Here's Bruno G. Anthony Elanga in space. Lewis Hall. Crowd says shoot. Fake. Goes for the shot. His own player will block that there. And now Thiago can bring it the other way with Donovan. He's just going to dribble it slowly at Votman there, I think it is. Oh, he's going to take the shot right at Nick Pope. And we've entered the 90th minute here. Here's Bruno G. Around. Oh, he's getting right to Coyote. 9 minutes of stoppage time. Holy hell. It's a foul. Coyote, who's absolutely also worked his today. And he'll be very, very, very happy with Django Ouattara's third goal, as he was the one that conceded the pin. Gassed. Absolutely gassed. And interesting. Good grief. Excuse me. Interesting to see what Brentford will do here on this one with Damsgaard and Yanel over the free kick. But job is not done yet. 9 minutes of stoppage time is a whole bunch. There was stoppage for the penalty. I'll give you that. I'll give them that. And they don't have a fourth in them? Surely not. Surely not. And that would be all she wrote. Here's the ball across to the back post. Voltamata misses it. Daniel Ayer the closest to it on the back post, but unable to get it back across. And Newcastle might be a little bit buoyed by the stoppage time board saying 9 minutes. That's good work from Bruno G into the center for Jacob Ramsey, who will be pulled back, and that's a good yellow card to take from Yanelt. No, that's a good yellow card to take just to stop it up. Professional play there. Well done. He's got the armband now, too. Vitaly Yanelt. I believe he's got a goal as well today. Yep. He was on the end of the Ouattara cross. Here's Nick Pope to dump it in. Brentford retreat. Coyote will just hit it. Anywhere will do. Can they hold on? 8 minutes to go. As St. James Bruno G lobbing it forward. Tottenham's up there. Who's on? Osula, Bruno G, into the space for Ramsey. Dan Burn, Ramsey. You got to find a service from somewhere, Newcastle. Got to find some service from somewhere. It's all on the outsides of the formation. Lewis Hall getting forward here down the right-hand side. Anthony Nalenga on the overlap. He doesn't use him. And he'll trip him there. Oh, wow. Quick free kick has everybody surprised, and Chow almost across his man there, unable to finish. Pressure relieved there. And another minute's gone by. Eddie Howe pensive, squinting under the lights. Newcastle fans looking forlorn. 5.5 to go. 6.5 to go, I should say. Maths ain't mathin'. Newcastle fans clinging to each other. Ball down the line, Lewis Hall. Oh, that's a poor touch from Anthony Alenga. Django Watara will get on this here. Coyote overlaps, still full of running. So late in the game. It's a good ball from Thiago on the corner. Coyotes, no. It's going to be a free kick. Lewis Hall can't believe it. It'll be a free kick to Brentford because Coyote didn't get there. Bruno G argues his case. Andy Madley tells him to get out of his face. Lewis Hall now in face. He tells walk away. Pushes the Hams guard. Probably get booked. This is the one. Nah, not a foul. Not a foul. He's slid to get the pass off. Five minutes to go here. What will Brentford do with this free kick? Are they going to try once more to put it to the back post? It's going to come near. Dan Burn, the tallest guy on the field. Not exactly what you would expect. Here's Jensen. Yarmouk will win the throw-in. Well done there by Yarmouk. He's been very, very good since he's come on the field. Very effective in the middle of the park. Using all the dark arts, of course, to waste even more time. Here's Coyote, the long throw specialist. Probably got the best long throw in the league, if you ask me. Is he going to launch one into the mixer? Interesting decision. It's a foul already on Mata. Referee spots it. And this has been a hell of a game. Great advert for the Premier League. Eddie Howe's in trouble. You have to expect Eddie Howe's in trouble. 4 minutes to go. Voltamata's up. So too Venneberg. He's been good. Thiago battling really, really hard. Gets kicked from Lewis Hall. That's going to be a yellow card when the play gets stopped. And then he goes and kicks Donovan. There's no way he doesn't get a yellow card. No way he doesn't get a yellow card. Yep. Just frustrated Lewis Hall. Kicking out, fouling Thiago, then fouling Donovan, and then throwing his arm up at the right. He's actually lucky to not get double booked here. He's actually lucky because he's committed 3 different offenses there. You know, now Thiago's getting 3.5 fake out from Yenelt. And it looks like they're going to put this one into the mixer again instead of it's at the back post. It's going to be an offsides. I thought it was a push on Burn, but it's going to be offsides anyway. 2.5 minutes for Brentford to hold what would be a fantastic victory. A first victory at St. James Park in 90 years. Nope. Flag stays down. Here's Damsgaard. Thiago's running to the back post. Damsgaard fake. Yarmolenko making himself available. And they'll just try to keep it here. Jinky. Dan Burn puts it down the line. Botman does well for a Newcastle throw deep, but they got to get it forward. 2 minutes left in this one. Doesn't get over Django Ouattara, and here is Thiago to bring it down. A ball in for Yarmolenko, or for Damsgaard, rather. Was just going to try to keep it. He does very well to pass it back in for Janelt. Oof, all kinds of space in the box for the Brentford men. Henry does well. Kelleher will just hoof it clear. Minute and a half to go. Lewis Hall all over Donovan, and he'll be penalized for that. Brentford, you got to give them credit. You got to give credit to Keith Andrews' men because Brentford have been fantastic today. Brentford have been absolutely fantastic today. And here's Donovan. A minute to play. So I saw here. Langs well. Oh, wow. That's so well done. Ball to the penalty. And Thiago thought he had his man behind him and he leaves it. It's just hooked clear. Also was going to do his best. And Coyote just doing enough. Just does enough. 40 seconds remain in an absolutely lightning-paced back and forth basketball match in the Premier League. Voltemata up. So to Vandenberg twice. Donovan to hoof it clear. 25 seconds. And once again, Damsgaard and Brentford coming down with the second ball, and they'll push it right down the throat here. Here's Django Ouattara to his left. Jinky shot! And it goes over the goal. He thinks it's a corner kick. But that should just about do it. That should just about do it. And you have to say, Brentford, man, I don't think there's enough time here. That's it. Final whistle. Just like that halftime booze. Now there were boos at the end of the game. And holy shit, what a great performance from the Brentford Bees at St. James's Park. That is a hell of a win. That's a hell of a win. And Brentford into 7th place on 39 points after everybody slated them to be relegation fodder this season. Wow. Back-to-back away wins at Villa Park and St. James for Brentford and Keith Andrews. Man, Igor Thiago with his 17th goal this season from the penalty spot. But it's Django Ouattara with the winner, smashing it through Nicky Pope. And you got to say, I know I went on and on about it, but Brentford winning all the second balls, winning more of the second balls today was the tail of the tape. Because at the end, Jensen came down with that ball and first time pass into Django Ouattara, absolutely laced it through Nick Pope for the winner. And Newcastle fought back hard in that second half. But what a game. What a performance from Brentford, man. That was absolutely fantastic. They executed their game plan and win the second ball, in the transition. Fantastic performance from Brentford. And Newcastle are in trouble. Newcastle are in trouble. Eddie Howe might be in a lot of trouble. Eddie Howe actually might be in a lot of trouble. And wow, what an advert for the Premier League. It was 1-0 to Newcastle, 2-1 to Brentford, 2-2, 3-2. The Bees climbed the table up in this place. They couldn't hang on for Europe. Brentford couldn't hang on for Europe, could they? What a fantastic performance from the Bees. And as they clap their away fans in the sky, St. James's Park, all you can do is clap them as well. And what a day it's been in the league. What a fantastic day it's been in the league as we're going to wind down here in our third and final watch along of the day. Fantastic day in the league. Arsenal 9 points clear. United beat Spurs, and Brentford with a fantastic performance at St. James's Park to cap it off. And of course, we're going to be looking forward to the games tomorrow as well, as Keith Andrews gives the Klopp fist to the sky for the away traveling fans who've got something to celebrate on their journey home back to London. And it's 3-2 here, Brentford over Newcastle. Eddie Howe head down in shame. Bruno G can't believe it. And we're going to wrap it up there, folks. So go ahead and smash up the likes on your way out. Hype it up if you got any of those left. I'm certainly glad you're here. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It would be my pleasure to welcome you to the community. Of course, keep that notification bell on. We got plenty of content coming at you down the line. And you